Hi everybody, it's your buddy Brad here. I hope everybody is doing well, staying healthy during this Corona COVID crisis. Uh, but since we're all suggested to stay home, here's a fractal tutorial for you to try while you're self-isolating. Um, I am going to be concentrating on the Colormap gradient function of JWildfire. Um, this is has become one of my favorite um, processes to do. Um, Here is one example that I did a long time ago. This has a color map with along with DC modulus, and I believe I did DC modulus with this one and a color map gradient. And then here is one that I used a flame made by Tatiana, but generated with the program IfStyle. And here is another one where I tweaked a flame by Tatiana and based on IfStyle, or generated with the program IfStyle, ifstyle.com. So let's go ahead and get a quick look at it. So we're going to start with just a regular Sapinski carpet. I'm going to have post enabled under the nonlinear, set this to 0.5, and then just duplicate this 4 times. Well, 3 times. So I have a total of 4. Now I'm going to move the first one up, over and up, then over and down, and then over to the left and down, and then over to the left and up, and that gives us just a plain beige square. I kind of think this magnifier is getting kind of in the way here. Let me see if I can move it over some. So right now I have a base square, and then with regular tiling, we just hit you can hit random, get some random colors, random speeds to get some nice tiled patterns. This is the simplest way to get like a tile, quick tile. I always like, when working on tiles, I always like to go to the coloring tab, and I set gamma to 0, gamma threshold to 0. Then I go to the anti-aliasing filter tab, and I set adaptive as the filtering type. And I think it makes the colors really pop because it gets rid of any gamma. This is actually the same as setting brightness to 999 and gamma to 999, but it's just a little trick that I like to use. So you set the gamma to 0, gamma threshold to 0, and change the anti-aliasing filter to adaptive. So now we're going to the gradient tab. We're going to come down here all the way to where it says Color Map. And this is really different in the way that it actually uses colors. It uses a image as a gradient. So we have two buttons here, select image and remove image. And so we're going to hit select, and I'm going to choose a image, a photo that I took at a park of a mushroom to get started with. So when you load the picture, it tiles it automatically, kind of it mirrors it. And I'm going to set this local add to 0, and the local, I believe this is local scale, also to 0. And so basically this is where to start. Give that a quick render. And so then we're going to adjust the scales here so we can get this focus on one single image. So the smaller you make the number, the more it gets spread out. And also, you can also see how the scale also affects the image. And how also the local add can affect the image. Now, it's really fun to like really just go crazy, and you can actually like spread out the whole image. But for this tutorial, I'm going to try to keep it a little constrained in that we still want to be able to tell what the original image is, if that makes sense. And set this back to 0. So I'm going to still scale, then this moves it vertically and horizontally until we can zoom in on one single picture. One single mushroom. And so now, here is where we can go through the color tab and adjust, play with the random and the random color and the random speed. And you see it won't make much of a difference because we don't have the scale set or the add set. So you'll see the more we adjust the add, the more we get the fractal tiled texture that we're going for. Especially if you look at the magnifying here, you can see how it is affecting it. And I just moved something. Then we can also adjust the add some. play with random speed. I'm kind of liking this. You can still tell kind of what it is, but yet you're still getting a very cool tiled texture. Maybe dial it down a little. So you can see how it's morphing some, kind of make it give it a glitch type of look. And even here on the brown parts too. Okay, I really like this. Let's move this out of the way. I really like this, how it kind of starts off with the pattern, but then it kind of morphs into the mushroom type texture. I really like this. So of course you can also mess with the color and the speed manually here too for finer edits, finer tuning. And also I will add you can also try using this Sicilic coloring type, which is somewhat new, and it is built for or its intended use was working with tiles. So, and as you can see, it gives a very new and different and cool look to your tiles. So definitely play around with that too. The only thing to keep in mind when using the Sicilic, you still need to have at least one transform that has the diffusion. If you set them all to Sicilic, it will not work, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I do not think it will work. Okay, so tell you what. So now that how we see how it looks on a regular flame, I'm going to open up. I have some flames saved from this tile program. You should really check out istile.com. I will include a link in my video description. Check it out. It is a really, really cool tile program. And I have also done a tutorial on how to use istile with JWildfire. Just look it up here on YouTube under my channel. Now I am just waiting for that flame to load. And here we go. Of course, it gives you just one flame gives you a plethora of tiles to choose from. I'm just going to say that some of them probably won't work too well because there's too much open space. Like you'd have to, in order to get like a full image for this one, it'd be really hard to find some place to use. So I'm going to actually use something from way up here. One of the first ones. I'm going to use this one here because I know it'll give a kind of a nice spiral type look. So first let's go ahead and just pick a gradient to see how it looks with a gradient. So I'm hitting the random color. And so yeah, this will give you an idea of how it will look with our image. Sorry if I move my mouse around too much. And so next we are going to go down here, select image, and we are going to select my mushroom again. And just so we can get it centered, we're going to set the local add and the local scale to 0. And looks like if we just move up, or down, let's try moving down a little. Come on, you can do it. Oh, and so since we're starting out again, we hit coloring, gamma 0, gamma threshold 0, anti-aliasing, adaptive. Let's go back to the gradient. I almost have it set here where I want it. Then I know I'm going to want to zoom in on this, of course. I'm going to make it smaller and move it around. Try to at least get it here. So let's go ahead and zoom in. And set this to 3000. The pixels per inch to 3000. And then I am going to select this button here to just move the whole fractal over a little bit. Okay, I like this because it has even some of the green along with the mushroom. So now if we adjust the local add, that might have been a little bit too much. So since I know it's going to be a lot, go to the Find Edit button to make small changes. Let's go ahead and change random speed, give it a random color. Play with the local scale a little bit more. I'm going to try moving this up a little. That's not it. I need to move it up. Now I'm going to try using Sicilic. Let's just see what happens. I like how it really gives a nice, almost painted look here. Move this over some. I'm going to switch back to diffusion. I like that. I like that, how it kind of distorts and then you can kind of see it coming in here, maintaining some of the texture. First, if you look at the magnifying glass, you can see some of the detail a little bit better. And then, like I say, you can also just go a little bit crazy, and I'm going to really set the scale low, so I'm going to really stretch it out. And now you're actually using more of just the color, not necessarily the texture from the image, which can also give you really cool a really cool effect. Okay, so that is pretty much it about using Colormap. Of course, you can also feel free to use it on other fractals as well, but I just find it best suits using tiles. But you know, have fun, knock yourself out, and make sure you stay safe out there, stay healthy, and then until next time, talk to you later. Bye.